I'm like, look. I don't just like, here you go.
Oh man.
Tell them what's in it.
Yeah, tell us what's in it.
Exactly what's it.
It's fully forged 2J, oversized pistons, race cams, forged bottom end with billet main caps, which the entire works basically from DY engines. Currently pushing about over 900.
And tell them what the bottle is inside.
A bit of nitrous or a bit of laughing gas.
How much?
100 shot.
100 shot.
100 shot nitrous.
Fucking hell, you're joking, seriously. Mate, too much is never enough, right?
No, definitely not.
So how much are you putting out of the wheels?
At the wheels, it's about 950 to 1,000.
Sorry, do you know for a moment there I thought you said nearly 1,000?
Yeah, nearly 1,000.
Sorry, man, we.
Nearly 1,000 horsepower at the wheels.
Dude, seriously.
So we ended up breaking the dyno when we last used it on the dyno.
Skills, mate.
But she's an absolute.
So what
animal.
turbo is it? Is it Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett GT85R.
Yeah. That's quite popular with these, yeah?
Yeah, quite popular. So it's pretty decent with not much lag, and it's pretty responsive as well. So there's not much like off boost time.
And what's it like to drive, Luke?
Just a fucking animal.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, what prep though, it is absolutely pristine in there.
Yeah, it's nice and neat, a lot neater than it were in the 350.
So same engine that you have in the
same
car,
engine in
yeah?
the 350, but since it was in the 350, we
Yeah.
ported the head on it as well, just a bit better flow, which has also helped increase power. Probably put it up about 100 horse from when it worked.
Really, just in the headwork?
Yeah, just on the headwork, and then we put the billet mains at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the studs as well, we've uprated them as well. Instead of using the ARP, we use the billet ones.
Right.
Just for extra reliability, because when we ran it at Three Sisters last year,
Yeah.
we had boost creep because the wastegate originally, on the 350, you had literally no clearance at all on the wastegate, so that was tucked underneath, so it melted the diaphragm.
Beauty.
And then we was having problems all round with the boost creep, and it was creeping up to like nearly 3 bar of boost, and it was
ready to go bang.
Ready to go bang. So obviously Sarix ECU was helping turn it down and that and try and control it, but it was like most times it was running like 2.6 bars, so it's definitely probably somewhere over 1,000 when it's running that kind of boost.
Jeez, man.
But that's currently about 950. It's running about 1.5 to 1.6 bar boost.
Transmission on it?
Elite 4-speed sequential.
Right, okay.
They're based in Stoke themselves, and they're generally quite good to us as well.
Nice.
So from the moment you stopped the 350
Yep.
and you stripped it all out
Yep.
and you rebuilt everything in here,
Yep.
build time?
Build time, if you used to have all the bits together,
Which you did.
yeah, if you used to have it where everything was out of the stuff, we had everything together, because we were waiting on bits and bobs. It was around about 6 or 7 months from when we got the car. It was fully built.
Flipping it. All yourself then, or you got guys with you?
We had the roll cage done by Musweld. Obviously, the engine was done by DY.
Right.
But everything else on the car was done by my dad.
I was going to
myself.
say,
So
don't
Dad.
forget to mention Dad.
Yeah, everything else was done by my dad and
Props
myself.
to Dad then, yeah?
Yeah, props to my dad.
Jeez.
And then obviously Andy Frost at Ice Fab did the intercooler as well. So it was not like a rush job, but it's we've. It doesn't seem like we took our time, but we have took our time with making sure everything's right with
Well,
it.
it looks it. It's
So
just
basically
pristine,
you
isn't
built this car between race seasons.
Yeah, between the race seasons. So we built it sort of early to midway through last year. Bought it as a damaged car from Copart. It was just rear end had been stuffed by someone, so basically chopped
Space
all
frame
out.
and stuff
It's
anyway.
space frame
Yeah,
anyway, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So just chopped all that out. Obviously space frame back radiator in the boot. So none of that really mattered. I think the car stood us at about +grand when we was actually like we had the cage and that in it.
Yeah.
And obviously you had your white swab on and that bumps the bill up slightly. But obviously like engine, gearbox, rear discs, rear shafts, the rear hubs, front hubs are standard ones that came with the car anyway. But yeah, everything's identical and the same on it. The only thing you had to modify on the transmission side, I think, was the prop shaft to make it slightly shorter. But that was literally only probably by 10 centimetres or so, like an inch or whatever. It weren't like massive difference or anything like that we had to do with
I'm
it.
sure Luke's going to let you all know that since he's been running this in this car, he's the first one to say that this car is an absolute animal to drive.
Wow.
It's definitely an animal to drive. And obviously we're only in the beginning phases of it, and a lot more like sort of development to go and setup wise to go. So at the moment it's just got a setup thrown on it, just basically like a standard setup, just so I get the feel for the car. And then
Well,
now
you're there or thereabouts to the second place already, aren't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
that's
there
not bad
or
going.
thereabouts to the setup now.
Yeah.
There's a few things that we want to change, just to add and probably be able to dial a bit more grip in. Like I think we're there or thereabouts to the rear. As for the front end, I don't feel like 100% confident in the front end yet. It's alright on like fast corners or anything, but the sort of transitions it just seems to feel like it wants to push on slightly.
Right.
But I think that may be down to whacking and a little bit of the toe settings on it, because obviously it's slightly different. I think the front end's like nearly as wide as it's long the car, so it reacts a bit different than what the 350 did on the front end. But yeah, I think we can get quite a bit more out of the car. So
Nice.
yeah, it's one hell of a beast.
Well, it's immaculate, isn't it, you know?
And as if you've been watching the BDC,
Yeah.
you will see that Luke is really learning this car. He's starting to give some of the bigger boys a push.
That's what we like, that's what we like, mate.
Yeah, we managed to, 350 wasn't quite capable of doing it until last round. Last year we managed to get it right near enough as quick as we could get it, really.
Yeah.
Whereas this is probably 100-200 kilos lighter.
With a shed.
With a shed load of grip
Yeah.
and still more grip to go in it. So obviously we was pretty much on the same sort of speed as Dwayne and Quinn and all that, which we couldn't quite match last year.
Do you have
But
a few
obviously-
people sort of looking at you a bit sideways going, hang on, he's got something good here?
Yeah, well, there's a few people commenting about like the speed of the car and that. We had some people say we're running 285 tyres, so we had to straight near come over the check to match the 255s.
But he's already given Dwayne and that a run for their money now.
Already?
They
Yeah.
know he's there now.
Yeah.
They know he's there.
I mean, you can see it, you can hear it, and then you obviously, I mean, you scored a second place, man. That's absolutely props here. Really early on as well. Was it second round, wasn't it?
No, first round. Second time out drifting the car.
Yeah.
So it's just basically just getting used to the thing now. Obviously, it's in some aspects it's similar to the 350, but in other aspects it's different. It's a hell of a lot more snappy, so you're going to be.
So transitioning's more of a challenge.
Yeah,
then,
transitioning is a little bit more of a challenge. When I probably get a bit more used to it, I'll be a bit more confident on transitions.
So any message for Dwayne?
Well, we're going to try and put a fight this year for Dwayne, and hopefully we'll be able to challenge you. And I'm pretty sure there's a few other drivers that want to do that as well, especially.
Sweet, man.
And I'm definitely looking forward to opening the battle with Skelos this year as well. We're good friends with Skelos, so I enjoy speaking with Skelos and actually driving in practice. So I look forward to battling with Skelos as well this year.
Best of luck, mate.
Yeah, cheers,
Best
pal.
of luck. Nice one. Good one.
Best of
Cheers.
luck, mate.